the demand for pet food come back. The demand for to the initial volume come back as it was. The demand for in 2000 to the initial volume come back as it was. The demand for moist pet food has been steadily decreasing from 2007 up to 2013. The demand for moist pet food has been steadily decreasing from 2007 up to 2000 has been increasing. The demand for moist pet food has been in 2007 to 359,000 tons in 2013. The reason for the increase is as below. Customers seem to prefer the dry pet food over the moist pet food because the dry pet food does not cause a stench or a smell. It's also because it's easy storage as it comes in the form of biscuits or bags and it can put in storerooms. It can be left longer in pet bowl, allow the flexibility and convenience in feeding. Right? So because of this, the above factors would be reason for increasing of dry food demand and the increase in the overall growth of pet food industry as a result of customers who could be switching over from moist pet food to dry pet food. Okay, right? So that is a very simple approach for the first part of the question, right? Now the next one is you need to do a forecast, right? So how will the forecast look like? Okay. To forecast the demand for moist pet food over the next 3 years, right? So the simple formula, yes, right? So in SBL, no formulas given. There is no formula sheet. So whatever formulas you got to use, you will know, right? Or they'll assume that you know, right? So here we need to use the formula for y is equivalent to a plus bx, where y is the independent variable and x is the dependent variable, b is the slope line and a is the intercept. Y is the demand for moist food. X is what we saw just now, the counter for years. Okay, so X is the year. So Y is 3.369.5714 minus 9.86 and X, right? So X, first one you got to replace to 8, right? So for 2014, you will get the demand as 290. Then for 2015, it will go down to 280. 2016, it goes down to 270. So what is happening is the demand will decline. The production and demand for moist food will continue to decline until 2016. How well is the determination? The determination is 0.89 or 89%. How you get that? This is squared, right? Okay, 89%. What does that 89% mean? 89% of change to production is based on the year X and 11% due to other factors. Noble pet accounts for 30% of the moist pet food. So over the next 3 years, average output we take as 280,000. So 30% will be 84,000 tons rather. 2 plants other than Milton plant will account for 40,000. So the remaining 44 tons will be for the production of Milton plant, right or not? Okay. Now, is this a reliable finding or not a reliable finding? Okay. Now, shortcoming on the focus on the cause and effect. The independent variable is X. The independent variable is X. Okay, and X is a statistical counter. Why do we call it a statistical counter? Because it counts the year X plus 1, right or not? So 2007, X was 1. Then 2008, X is 2. Then 2009, X is 3. So there is no real purpose of having it. It's just accumulating. So looking at that, naturally X will increase for every year because it's counting the year based on X plus 1. So could there be a better way to establish the relationship of X and Y? Yes. X should consider a seasonal effect. The reason for the decline is also due to the negative value of B. It will automatically decline. X is not a causal factor. There's no real relationship between X and Y. As such, the forecast for the moist pet food may not be accurate. May not be accurate. But if they ask forecasting, forecasting also did not come out, right or not? Okay. So having done the financial issues and performance excellence, basically we have concluded SBL, all right, on this particular last lesson 26, right or not? Now, why do we always have this? Okay, right. So let's come down to a summary now, conclusion. Okay, so when we did SBL, we broke it up into two sections, right or not? Okay, the first section that we looked at was business perspective. Then the other one was on governance. Governance perspective. So if we look at both business perspective and governance perspective, I think even you yourself will know, all right, the governance perspective is more structured. More structured, more definite, because why? The main thing is because we are using an ICGN framework. Okay, you're using ICGN framework, and ICGN framework has got all the principles, right? If you don't like ICGN framework, you can use OECD, or you can also use what is considered as best practice, right? So as long as you know this, right, a lot of questions can be solved with, right? Normally you use ICGN framework to look for compliance issues.